Hello and welcome to another Paralives video. I built a witchy apothecary shop right in the middle of Melino's town square, and it's completely functional. I'll show you how I use some of the community's favorite custom content and mods to create this magical shop. I renovated the vacant storefront but kept the original exterior. We cleaned up the building and changed the color palette for a darker vibe. Then I made it a proper curiosity shop. I changed out the shop windows for a more vintage style. The awnings over the windows are from the debug category. This was my first time building with mods, and I'm a total convert. I added a shop sign using a custom upload picture frame. For a Moody touch, I decorated with black roses to tie in the name of the store. Let's take a peek inside this curious little shop. This witchy apothecary shop features a bespoke bath and body product showcase, an array of curious curios, a small altar and offerings, and my favorite, glass display shelves featuring a rainbow of crystals, gems, and geodes. There's also a beauty and cosmetics counter, and custom built-in apothecary shelves filled with jars, containers, and potions. Looking around the shop, I'm sure you've noticed a few new decorations. This build utilizes mods and custom content made by the Paralives community. The potion bottles are from the Witch's Retreat set on the Steam Workshop by Sarge of Sarge. The colors and sizes are fully customizable, just like base game item functionality. It was so much fun arranging this potion shelf in the apothecary shop. I imagine the shop owner is a witch who has concocted these various potions. All of the jars and containers on the shelves have assorted ingredients and herbs used in potion making. This is a magical shop after all. One of the essential mods for this build is called Little Business by creator Draytelion. However, it does require you start with a duplicated save file if you wish to disable it later on. To start your little business, click on the LB shop sign under the glass display case to open and close the shop. Ensure your parrot is present on the lot to do this. To choose what products are available to the customers, enter Live Mode, right-click on the item and mark for sale. Then, click the item again to set the profit margin and choose pricing. Now you're ready to run your shop. Remember, anything that is purchased will need to be restocked. I recommend setting the bath and body display and cosmetics products for sale. My strategy was if there are 4 soaps on the display, mark 3 for sale and leave 1 as display only. That way, if 3 are sold, you can easily restock the store with the remaining item. I chose to leave the curios and gems as decoration only to avoid restocking those items individually. But it's your store. You can choose to merchandise and stock any way you want. These bath and body products are from Zom's Bathroom Clutter mod, the black and white swatches made for the perfect high-end looking apothecary shop products. Since these are small luxury goods, I set them at a 150% profit margin. Next, I added some cute pricing labels to the displays that I found in Debug. Debug Objects category from Zerbu is an essential mod for builders. It unlocks tons of towny items that are essential for shop builds. Modding your game may seem intimidating at first, but honestly, it's pretty simple and it really unlocks so many fun aspects to gameplay and building. At the cosmetics counter, you can see custom content from the Makeup for All Beauty Clutter mod by Newfie.nif. And those tall glass shelves, I couldn't imagine the crystal and gem display without them. Well, actually I can. I must have built this display 3 separate times using different styles of shelves. But ultimately, I knew I had to use the custom content glass version from Modder Ruto. And honestly, I'm so glad I did. To me, this is really the showpiece of the shop. For the gems and crystals, I used a combination of custom content cut crystals, debugged geodes and gems, and colorful terrain rock sides down. Upstairs, I knew I had to include a magical arcane workshop and large cauldron for witchy activities. For this apartment, I wanted to focus on a cozy home for a city witch. This lofted space embraces a whimsigoth, celestial decor aesthetic with a moody, jewel tone color palette. Even the bathroom and bedroom embrace the witchy themes in this design. The witchy potion table is really my favorite part of the apartment. The sigils are added on the floor with the fully customizable rug. I uploaded PNG files with transparent backgrounds. You can see I'm using the same types of bath and body product bottles that we sold in the shop downstairs. My idea is that your witch can craft her potions and lotions in her workshop and sell them in the apothecary store. There's a gameplay mod called Witchy Occupations that I haven't tried yet personally, but could be a good fit for this style of play. Maybe an idea for a future gameplay video. This all fits into my City Witch Apothecary headcanon I was dreaming up. Here, you can see me decorating and pulling the room together with some rugs. When I first did this renovation, unique carpets had to be achieved using a mod, but thanks to the most recent update, we now have custom rugs in-game. I love having the flexibility to upload pretty much any image as a rug. For the gallery wall, I wanted to utilize the height of the lofted space and bring framed artwork all the way up the stairs and into the second level. You can see at the bottom of the stairs, there are gold mirrors for a dramatic look to start things off. Then we move into Whimsigoth and witchy imagery, utilizing sun and moon motifs to bring the design aesthetic together with celestial imagery. These custom finishes of artwork, unique rugs, wallpapers, and tiles are some of the designer touches I like to use in my builds. When finding images to use in these applications, I think about where I would shop for products when designing for a real home. These can be websites for wallpaper designers, high-end tile makers, artist prints, or textile finishes. Moving to the exterior, no witchy build is complete without making it look overgrown. Let's add ivy, ivy, and more ivy. I also added a celestial address sign by the door for a cute finishing touch. Finally, I made a few color tweaks on the exterior and was happy with my renovation. Rose & Co. Witchy Apothecary Shop is now available on the Steam Workshop. Download now with a full list of custom content. For more Paralives videos, follow me, TofuCryptid, on all my channels. Thanks for watching.